Today we're going to be looking at how to set up your domain on Google Apps Free Edition. Most of you know that the free edition of Google Apps was discontinued in December of 2012, but there's actually quite an easy way that you can register your domain on Google Apps, any domain, and start using the free edition at no charge for life. And so that's what we're going to run through today. So first of all, what you need, the one prerequisite for this is you do need an existing domain that's using Google Apps. If you don't have one of those, it's actually quite easy to get one. There are websites around which sell domains which are pre-registered with Google Apps Free Edition, and you can get those quite cost effectively. And I'll post some links for those at the end of this video, and you can just buy an existing domain and then start or add your domain to that and start using your domain. So that's the process we're going to run you through today. So the domain that I have, which is already registered with Google Apps, is forfixit.co.nz. So if we go to the Google Apps control panel, so google.com/a/forfixit.co.nz, and that'll try and log us in. As you know, Google is currently updating the control panel, so if you're watching this video a few months from now, the control panel will probably look a little bit different on Google Apps, but the process should still be the same. So log into your existing Google Apps account, your administrator to the control panel. Just put this in. It should do its thing. So now we're logged in to the control panel. If we come across to our domain settings, subscriptions and billing, you'll see in here that there's it's a Google Apps free subscription. Billing is not required. 50 licenses, one user. So there's just an admin user in here on the domain. So we're going to be basically using this domain, forfixit.co.nz. This is a New Zealand based domain, but it doesn't really matter what the domain is. It can be any international domain that's registered on Google Apps. And then we're going to add our new domain to this, and then delete out the existing users. So what you do is you come across to domain settings and domain names. Then you click add on a domain or domain alias. So we want to click on add another domain. So it's a whole new domain, and then we're going to put in the new domain. The domain we're adding, say, is talpohoteldeals.com, and so you put that in, continue and verify domain ownership. So you can go back to the dashboard and click on enable more services and scroll down to Webmaster Tools. Just turn that on, save the changes. Then under the domain settings and domain name, where we've got our domain is now loaded but it needs to be activated, click on activate domain, and Google's just going to ask us to verify the domain using Webmaster Tools. So there's a few different options. Their preferred one is adding a text record to your DNS. That will vary from provider to provider depending on who you use for your DNS. There are other options, adding an HTML tag, uploading a file to your site, or using your Google Analytics account. Just pick whichever one is easiest for you. Our provider isn't in the list, so we just come down and select other, and I prefer to use a CNAME, and so I'll add this CNAME to my DNS, and then we'll come back once that's propagated and continue on with the video. So we're back. The DNS has been propagated. I put those entries into my DNS, and took a few hours. Then clicked on the red verify button on the previous screen. So now we come through and we see that we've successfully verified the ownership of the domain. So we can click on continue. So back at our dashboard, we can now go to users. We can create a new user, and we'll just call it Joe. Now you can see now our new domain name is here under the options, so we can select talpohoteldeals.com, go to password, and create the new user. So that's done. So that is now a fully fledged Google Apps user, using the new domain, and you can log in and use the full services of Google Apps. A couple more tweaks on that user, just to clean everything up. We could make Joe an administrator, and then in our domain settings we could change the name of the organization to Talpo Hotel Deals, make Joe our primary administrator, we could come in and put in a custom logo, all those changes, then we're ready to start using it. So if we sign out, Gmail, and we sign in as Joe. Say yes to this, to the terms and conditions on our first login as Joe. So there we go, we have mail, calendar, Google Drive, all the things you'd expect from Google Apps, all under that user Joe at talpohoteldeals.com, and all on Google Apps Free Edition at no charge. The last thing that you may want to do is just to log back in to our control panel, So it was for Fixit, but now we should be able to log in at /a/talpohoteldeals.com. And under our users, we can now remove our original administrator for the old domain. So there you have it. So you'll never be able to change the primary domain. That always will remain, but that's for all intents and purposes the only time you ever see it will be when you come into the control panel. Everything else will work exactly as you'd expect from Google Apps having talpohoteldeals.com as the primary domain. So there you have it. Google Apps Free Edition in 2013 and going forward. So as I mentioned before, if you don't have a domain for your existing domain registered on Google Apps Free Edition, very easy to pick those up pretty cost effectively. You can either find them on eBay, or there are a few sites around. I'll post a link after this to a site that I know of. Yeah, good luck with setting up your Google Apps.